On the way, he was joyful, caring for me, hugging me, saying he hoped we'd have a child next year so he could carry it at his graduation, the proudest student. Then we go abroad, buy a seaside villa, and live happily. I smiled, but my heart was tense. He was already planning children. At his home, his family disliked me, arranging a match with a local girl of equal status. I was slightly relieved, less guilty, as I was exploiting his feelings. Nguyen Than fiercely opposed, ready to abandon everything, planning to elope that night. Seeing his resolve, his family relented. As the youngest, he was spoiled unconditionally. I stayed a week finding no leads. He took me out daily, never leaving my side, barely interacting with his family. The organization suspected he was unaware of their dealings as he was pampered and educated at top schools. When I planned to shift my investigation, I realized he wasn't ignorant, just uninvolved. Yes, with such a massive operation, living there for years, he couldn't be naive. Every penny he spent, every gift he gave me, was tainted with blood. That's why he wanted to go abroad, to escape justice. His family investigated me, but the organization had prepared my cover perfectly, and they found nothing. At our fake wedding, seeing the lavish feast, the laughing guests, and thinking of the Lei family's sacrifices and missing comrades, my heart bled. In a moment of passion, he whispered, "I'll protect you forever." I clung to him, and he met my every request, making my mission smooth. Near the end, the organization sent support to ensure my safe withdrawal. But I couldn't leave. Nguyen Chisiang, his cunning brother, led us through a secret route to escape south across the border. I tried to flee, but Nguyen Chisiang watched me closely, suspicious. In the borderland, I vomited often, thinking it was the climate, but I was pregnant. Of course, months of nights with Nguyen Than, who craved a child. How could I not be? No matter. Back home, I'd abort the child and start anew. I wasn't afraid, knowing the organization wouldn't abandon me, as we never abandoned lost comrades. Unexpectedly, this child saved my life. Nguyen Chisiang and Nguyen Than uncovered my identity. Nguyen Than, eyes bloodshot, aimed a gun at my head. He'd lost many kin, wanting to kill me was natural. "What's your real name?" he asked. "Loka," I said, no longer hiding. "From saving me, was it all planned?" His voice trembled. I shook my head. No, that was chance. Nguyen Chisiang lowered the gun. With only the two brothers left, in an unstable region, they needed an heir. But it had to be a son. If a daughter, the child and I would die. Boy or a girl, I didn't want to give birth. My family had sacrificed. I couldn't bear a child of a drug trafficker. I tried to abort, but Nguyen Than saved it. He said I'd never escape. He'd wait for the child's birth, send it to the Leah graves, showing them their daughter bore a trafficker's child. I loathed the unborn child, but watched closely, and with a growing belly, I could do nothing. The child was born a girl. I sighed, ready for death. Nguyen Chisiang planned to drown us, ordering Nguyen Than to do it. But he hesitated, staring at the child he'd longed for, vowing to protect with his life. Nguyen Chisiang, furious, pushed my head into a water tank. I didn't struggle, I waited for this. But Nguyen Than pulled me out. Nguyen Chisiang slumped against the wall, a spike through his head. The scene suggested Nguyen Than killed him in a dispute. Nguyen Than knelt by him, crying and laughing as if mad. He'd lost his last kin because of me and the child. Uncle Ba entered, shocked, pulling him up, warning against infighting. The baby cried, and Nguyen Than stood, walking out. He took over, claiming Nguyen Chisiang died of a heart attack, which no one questioned, as he had the condition. Or if they did, Nguyen Than handled it. I was locked in the basement, the child taken. He later said she died, and I felt nothing. Better dead than alive. But he was furious, then laughed, saying it didn't matter, he'd make me bear more, sending them to the Leah family yearly. He showed me a photo of the cemetery, my family's graves. I lunged for it, but chained, I couldn't reach. On the verge of collapse, He showed a bloody watch. Recognize it? I did. It was a gift we'd bought for our class leader, Nguyen, for his birthday. If Nguyen then had it, Nguyen was in his hands. I'd once liked Nguyen, but he rejected me, saying his ideals came first. Nguyen Phen knew this and used the watch to taunt me. Did you kill him? I asked, eyeing the vein on his neck. One bite could end it.
He put the watch on me. Killing him would be no fun. He's fine.
I looked up. He was handsome like a fresh graduate. Why torment people so? Why not kill me? What do you want from me? I asked. He touched my face. Lakay, we're husband and wife forgotten. If I do this, will you release him? I asked. His lips neared my ear. Depends on you, but you know I'm always lenient with you. That night, I stared at the ceiling stains, like my hometown's mountains and rivers. Thankfully, I didn't conceive again for years. Until the year before meeting In, I vomited again, history repeating. I thought I'd be trapped forever, until In appeared. Seeing her, I knew she was my daughter. She looked like me as a child. But our personalities differed. I was calm, she was lively, a bit naive. I learned Nguyen then never let her leave the mansion, go to school, or watch TV. She knew nothing of the outside world. At first, I didn't like her. But she liked me, despite my dislike, looking at me with clear, joyful eyes. When Nguyen then wanted to be alone with me, In thought he'd hit me, crying to save me. Such a pure child, mine and Nguyen Than's. She didn't come often, but each visit brought life to this cold room. Days later, he came, injured. I rarely saw him hurt someone powerful did this. When angry, he came to me to vent. I endured silently, as always. But this time, he wasn't satisfied with my silence.
He said Nguyen was here, above us.
He added, Lakay, you're my wife, yet you think of another man. I'll tear him apart. I bit him hard, and he left, satisfied. In came soon after. I didn't want her to see me like this, trying to stand, but saw her with a stuffed rabbit. My heart stopped. It was the same rabbit my father gave me for my 10th birthday, no longer sold. Its appearance wasn't coincidence. I hoped they'd come quickly, but not too soon. Nguyen Than's power was immense here. If unprepared, uprooting him would be hard. In said, the rabbit was from her Mandarin teacher Min, confirming my organization was here to save me. She wanted a name, saying In sounded like a dog's name. I learned Nguyen Than never named her. But I didn't know what to call her. Unwanted, half his blood, how could I name her and face my family, classmates, and sacrificed comrades? I left it to Nguyen Than. Seeing her disappointment, she still tried to cheer me. She gave vital news. Nguyen was here, alive, she'd seen him. She said she wouldn't be caught, and I told her to free him. I believed he'd escape, but didn't know he'd lost a leg. She agreed but feared Nguyen Than's punishment. I knew her fear was valid, but we should have died when she was born. He kept us alive. I bet he wouldn't harm us this time. Realizing I thought this, my heart ached and faltered. I trusted a trafficker not to hurt me. She agreed and did it, but it was all Nguyen Than's game. He was the cat, we were mice. He let her come, let her tell me about Nguyen, toying with us. Perhaps tired of the 3-player game, he wanted to end it. I did too, but the room was soft clean, with no sharp objects. I tried starving, but after 2 days, In was brought in, poisoned by the nanny, calling mother, in a coma. Nguyen Than brought her to me. Hearing her call mother endlessly, I recalled crying for my mother as a child, who'd appear instantly, but In's mother didn't. Seeing her cough blood, clutching my hand, I felt heartache for her. She shouldn't live here, she should go to my hometown, a peaceful place for a pure girl like her. One of us 3 had to be happy. After a long time, I left my 10-year prison. Nguyen Than became king of this land, unmatched. He took us to a skyscraper overlooking the vast region, but my eyes, after 10 years confined, couldn't see the sun clearly. He hugged me from behind, saying during the mansion attack, he thought he'd never see us again. He said if he died and I would starve in that room, so he killed all enemies. Finally, he said, look out, let's stop fighting. After tit, we'll go abroad. In's learning English. I didn't reply. I couldn't imagine happiness with a demon. I lured him to the rooftop. A fall would kill him. We kissed, edging back, almost succeeding, but In appeared. She stood in the wind, demanding a name, but we didn't answer. A chasm separated Nguyen Than and me. In stood at its bottom, bearing our lives' weight. I wanted to be a good mother, fearing there'd be no tomorrow, and she'd suffer. After that, we lived quietly. He worked days, returned nights, like a normal family of 3. In complained about English. He taught her. An excellent student, he might have gone abroad if not for me. I counted days until before New Year's Eve my comrades came. She signaled the plan, telling me to prepare. I gave In sleeping pills, hoping she'd wake when it was over. I told my comrades her room to keep her safe. Fearing the worst, I named her Nguyen Nguyen. I gave her his surname, as he raised her. I hoped she'd live simply. As I did this, Nguyen Than entered, and I thought he knew. But he helped me tuck her in, our last act for this unwelcome child. That night, the battle was fierce. His men were seasoned, with terrain advantage. Min and my comrades fought dangerously. He carried In up, and despite the pills, she woke, forced to witness it all. I wanted her to sleep through, but fate trapped us. My comrades fell, young lives fading like flowers. Seeing Nguyen Than slaughter, I grabbed a gun, aiming at his head. I was the best shot in class, but missed. He looked at me, unsurprised. My second shot hit his stomach. As I aimed the third, I was shot, falling back uncontrollably. He lunged to grab me, and I held him tight. I whispered, I saved you then, now you repay me.
He smiled, his cheek against my ear.
We fell into darkness. In my final moment, I recalled at 20 in river mist, anxiously giving him CPR. When he woke, my lips were on his, both blushing. If there's a next life, I hope we're like birds and fish, unconnected. My only wish, In loved by her parents, safe and smooth. Thank you, dear listeners, for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel to catch more captivating stories.